DIY or Die, Walker Vapor Group LLC, or any of its associates do not condone nor encourage the use of nicotine, vapor products, or any mood-altering substances without the explicit consent of a physician. The content viewable on this channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be seen as informational or educational. Must be 21 years or older to view these materials.
Silky beat. Hey, what is up, mixers? Welcome back to another glorious episode of MIXINVIXENS. My name is Emily, also known as mlNikon. Let's say hello to our other vixens, shall we? First up, we've got the lovely TheJuiceFairy, Jennifer Winstead. Hi.
How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. I think I look kind of blue today. I don't know why. I can't get the color saturation on the camera right, but
It's
hey,
a little better
I'll just be the Smurf today.
It's a little better now than it was a minute ago. You're not so smurfy.
and that could change at any given time.
It could. We'll see. All right. And then we have Rin. Hello, Rin.
Hi.
How are you, my sweetness?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Rin was so super sweet yesterday. I posted a thing on Facebook about aging gracefully and saying that I was aging like cheese, or something like that, where I was grumpy and lumpy. And she was like, "You're beautiful." I was like, "Oh, look at Rin, she chimed in. Thank you."
Sweetheart. And last but not least, we've got the lovely Lumi. How you doing, chica?
I'm doing Lumi things.
Doing Lumi things. I'm loving your hair.
I love your hair.
Thank you. I was originally going to take the braids out before the stream, but I overslept my alarms. So,
well, I'm glad you didn't, because I think it's cute as hell. All right. Let's get into it, guys. As you can see in the corner there, we did a cupcake this week. I, for one, thoroughly enjoyed making this mix. What did you guys like? Did you like it?
I'm sick of making cake, but yeah, but playing with my frosting was fun, and it inspired a different recipe.
Cool.
I liked mine a lot.
That's good.
we all know I love cakes.
Yeah. Me too. It's right on my alley. I love anything, any and all bakery type things. So I really enjoyed it. And then being able to kind of play with different flavors with the frosting, that was really fun for me. So I guess, gosh, unless there's anything you guys want to talk about, we can just jump right into it.
Who's
I'll
gonna
go
go first this week?
Me.
Yay.
I've gone first in a while.
All right, Ren, what you got, girl?
So, I think we were all, well, I don't know about all, but some of us were on the same track where I see like a sherbet or sherbet, whatever kind of frosting on top. So I didn't go full sherb. I did like a half sherb.
Half sherb.
I use fluffy white cake from Wonder Flavors at 1%, yellow cake from Jungle Flavors at 1% for like the cupcake.
Ooh.
I did fizzy sherbet by Vape Train at 0.25% because I really wanted just a light citrus frosting. And then I did vanilla sugar from SSA at 0.5% to add a nice vanilla note and like a sweetness to it. I wanted to use fizzy sherbet because I haven't used it in a while and I really like that flavor. Plus, I feel like it has like, because like if you don't know, fizzy sherbet or sherbet, whatever, it's supposed to be like a candy, like a powdery.
It's like a pixie stick type thing, right? Like,
yeah. So I figured that would work really well with the icing of the fluffy white cake to give it that frosting effect because it's kind of powdery.
There was that
And I-
vanilla sugar. Heck yeah.
Yeah. So it's really nice. I've been vaping it, which I usually don't do with these. I test them and then they just go away.
I like
Love
where
it.
your head's at with this. This looks really tasty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks nice and sweet and cakey and frosty.
Yeah, but just
Yeah.
a little bit of that citrus pop.
Yeah, it's just super light because I don't really like citrus in my bakeries. I just don't like it. So just a little light something something.
Yeah, it's good.
Yep.
I like it. I single flavor tested that vanilla sugar for the first time last week or the week before. And I really like it, but I can't think of anything to use it in. So I'm glad to see a recipe that uses it.
To me, it's like the vanilla part of like a cookie.
Hmm.
You think like sugar and like vanilla extract. So like
Yeah,
if
like
you
when you
want-
cream butter and sugar together, kind of.
I mean, yeah, but it's not buttery.
Well, yeah, but it's like it's like
Like yeah, it's
All right, sugar and lard.
well, just it's kind of gritty, like right, like it's got like that kind of sugary deal going on.
I just think it would be good to enhance anything bakery that you want to have a little bit sweeter and have more of a pronounced vanilla note.
Yeah, yeah,
So you can add it to cakes, cupcakes, whatever.
sure.
I like it.
Very cool. All right. Thank you for sharing. That looks good. Yeah, I might have to mix that up. Because that fizzy sherbet is pretty good. Even though it's like a powdery, kind of has like the effervescence thing going for it. But I think with the low amount and like the powderiness, I think would go good with like a cupcake.
Yeah, I don't
you're
get
not
like
looking
any
for
kind of
something
like
creamy.
soda. Yeah, I don't get like the soda thing that you have when you kind of do it alone or like in a candy.
Yeah.
I think because the bakery probably kind of weighs it down,
Hmm.
so you don't have to deal with that.
Yeah, I would think so. Cool. All right. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
What you got with me?
So I only ever so slightly modified my recipe from last week, and I didn't go sherbet, and I didn't go so much like, what is it called, meringue, when it goes towards the little outsiding of the marshmallow. Is that meringue?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, the meringue is the hard
kind
part of the.
of- yeah.
Yeah, I also didn't go that way. Mine actually, I really like it. I adjusted the recipe ever so slightly from last week, and I added strawberry by VSO, and I used desiccated coconut at 0.73. We got fucking gnats flying around my room. French vanilla thick super concentrate wonder flavors at 0.76. Marshmallow vanilla 1-on-1 1.23. Philadelphia butter cake 1.78. Strawberry VSO 1.87. I wanted to keep the strawberry fairly low. And from last week, I wanted to lower the French vanilla thick and the marshmallow and the desiccated coconut because it's my little frosting combo so that I can taste the cake a little bit more. So I lowered all of those and I upped my Philadelphia cake just a wee bit. And I like it. It's a little bit more on a, I wouldn't say like a strawberry icing, but it's almost like there's like a strawberry within the cupcake, and I kind of like it. It feels like this could also be a step towards making a strawberry shortcake if I added a little bit of syrup to it, but I like it.
Good.
So your strawberry was a little bit orange. What you saw in the frosting was an orange strawberry.
I didn't even know that was orange. For me, it looked pink.
It looked pink.
It's pink, orange, and green, isn't it?
I was thinking about using a little bit of lime Tahiti for the green, but I saw like a
I gotta look again. I gotta look at the picture again. Where is it here?
Yeah, it's green, orange.
Yeah, pink, orange, and green.
But I mean, you know, colorblind, you can
It
just
could
kind of
just be a
squint.
strawberry frosting, and you just dye it those colors because
Yeah.
coloring.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, most cakes get food coloring in them anyways.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I thought about the pink. I was just like, it's food coloring, it's fine.
Yep.
yeah, I
That's
figured
what,
all that.
that's what I took away from the green. It's just food coloring.
I thought it was all food coloring. I almost did put lime in there though, but
Okay, so I'll go next because I did every color. I did a rainbow sherbet cupcake. And for the cake part, I use one-on-one golden sponge cake at 3%. And then for like that most of the icing, I use Capella vanilla cupcake at 3% because when you use vanilla cupcake at like 3% or lower, it's mostly icing. It's only when you go like 4 or 5% is when you get more of the cake, but it's mostly icing down lower like that. And then for the rainbow sherbet flavor, the bulk of it is I did a Liquid Barn rainbow sherbet. It's a really good creamy kind of round full rainbow sherbet. I just wanted to spike the top ends of the raspberry and lime a little bit. So I did 0.5% of Persian lime by Vape Train to boost that up a bit. And then I did just 0.5% of TFA raspberry, not TFA raspberry sweet, but just TFA raspberry. I just did 0.5% to just kind of boost that up. I wanted some more brightness. As good of a rainbow sherbet as that Liquid Barn is, it's creamy and kind of mellow and a little bassy, right? So I wanted some of those brighter top notes to just really accentuate the kind of tartness, tanginess of a rainbow sherbet.
So you went all in on the frosting.
I did. Yeah.
That's good though.
Yeah, it's very well balanced. It's you do get lots of cake there, but it's definitely like the rainbow sherbet frosting is kind of this highlight of the recipe. It's good. Yeah, I mixed up a 30 ml and I'm just dripping the last bit of it right now. So
Looks good to me. I like frosting heavy cakes anyways.
yeah.
Yeah. Did you add any sweetener to yours?
I didn't, but as always, if you want to go right ahead, I didn't feel it needed it, but it's a very subjective thing. And like I say, I use sweetener like salt. So if you want to go knock yourself out, put as much sweetener in it as you want. So.
Well, it looks simple, it looks good, and it looks to the point.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is pretty to the point as well, so we might as well jump right in unless somebody else has other questions for Emily. I take it that's a 1, 2, 3, no questions. Got it.
Going once, going twice.
Gone. Okay, so I wanted to try some new flavors to me with my recipe. And those new flavors to me were the Simply Cake from Purelum.
Ooh.
And I also recently got the Ruby Red Grapefruit from Flavor West. So I saw orange in the color of the frosting, but I know that grapefruit or it's Ruby Red Grapefruit in a frosting would have to be really light, because if you're making a frosting with a citric like that, kind of like a lemon frosting, I just kind of took that way. It's just going to be a couple of drops of whatever citric note you're going to put in it. So I did fluffy white cake from Wonder Flavors, because that was my play it safe cake to mix with the Purelum Simply Cake. And I did them at the fluffy white cake at 2.5 and the Simply Cake at 2.5 as well. So it's a total of 5% cake. Then I use Flora frosting because I haven't used it in a while, but it's pretty sweet and it's good to me. So I use that at 0.75%, but I backed it up with Pure Marshmallow at 1%. So that's 1.75% worth of frosting. Then the Ruby Red Grapefruit, I did it really low at 0.75 for that hint of grapefruit in it. And the reasoning behind this was I've had a grapefruit cupcake commercial liquid a long time ago, and it was really, really good. But if I remember correctly, it was mostly frosting with a little bit of grapefruit. So I wanted to kind of replicate that. It was really good on day 2. It's really good today on day 3. I just mixed it on Thursday. It's really good and it's really sweet, and it's the cakes I think might need a little more time, but overall it was a pretty good recipe. I don't know if it'll all end up as one mush, but it'll be one tasty mush if it does end up all together. However, I put plenty of cake here, so I don't think it should mush and mix in all together. I think it should be pretty separated.
Cool.
And that's my recipe.
That Ruby Red Grapefruit, is that what you use in your Pez mix too?
It is. It is
Yeah,
what
you
I
can
use
have a
in my
cake with
Pez
that
mix.
flavor.
So then the flavor of that sweetness from the frostings and that grapefruit gave me the idea of making a Pez, you know, coming at it a lot more dry without the cake and just pushing that grapefruit into a candy mix. It's pretty good. I liked it a lot. I got it dry enough for right now. And I think that Pez recipe is done. And it's very candy and it's very sweet and it's got a lot of sweetener in it. So it's a candy. But it was born out of this recipe I made for this group, for this show today. Just from playing around with that grapefruit flavor.
Nice.
It's really good grapefruit.
How are you liking that Purellum Simply Cake? It's good, eh?
It's pretty good. It's pretty freaking good. I
Yeah,
like it.
I like
It's
that.
not
flavor.
quite a yellow cake, but it's a pretty good cake.
Yeah, it's got good substance to it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that. Cool. Yeah, and I like how you added that bit of marshmallow too to your frosting to just kind of.
Yeah, just to soften it up some, and to keep it sweet, and to add that cream note so that it's not too dry of a cake mix.
Yeah.
To keep everything moist, and that I say that I put it in there for the frosting, but I think it glues everything together.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Cool. Yeah, that Simply Cake and Fluffy White Cake, I'm gonna have to use that as a base for like another cupcake because that just looks delicious. That looks like a
Yeah,
really
I
good
think it's a pretty good base. I'm actually really curious to mix just those two together and see
Mhm.
what comes of it, maybe with a little bit of marshmallow without adding the other stuff, because I haven't single flavor tested them.
Yeah.
I haven't single flavor tested it, that Simply Cake, but it worked really well with the Fluffy White Cake.
Nice.
Yeah, I get off notes from some of the cupcake flavors because I tried to go cupcake first. And I'm like, it's all right, but I'm getting like a weirdness. But I'm like,
Yeah.
what's the difference between a cupcake and a cake? Nothing. Like its size and
It's
shape.
just the
that's it.
shape. Yeah, the size of it.
It's like-
Exactly. And in this recipe in particular, you could see the yellow cupcake. You know what I mean? It's not like covered in something else. So it's just a cake.
Yeah. Fluffy white cake's my go-to for like just cake. With
Yeah, it's a
icing.
good flavor.
Well, you got me all in that Fluffy White Cake stuff. So now I have to use it. And now whenever I use another cake, I always mix it with it.
Well,
So
whenever I do, and maybe it's just me, but like when I think of cake versus cupcake, when I think of cake, I think of something darker and like a yellow cake, like Simply Cake or like flavor west yellow cake or something like that. It's a little bit richer and darker, or a Philadelphia butter cake. And when I think of cupcake, I think of like a whiter type cake, like Fluffy White Cake or angel cake or something like that, So
and for me, the way I differentiate a cupcake is, to me, cupcakes are more condensed. So they're sweeter, a lot sweeter than a cake.
more
I don't
of a
know.
The joys of
cake ratio.
cupcakes. Every cupcake can be made differently with different types of batter.
True.
Yeah, I know. It's all cake anyways.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I guess because of the surface area and the amount of frosting that goes into a cupcake on top of it, you're getting a bite of frosting every
Yeah.
single time.
You know what you should try for next time you do a cupcake is mix Flavor West birthday cake with Pure Simply cake.
Well, I've got all my flavors still out because now that I've got a couple of Pure flavors in and a couple of new to me flavors. So I've been playing around. So I might actually mix those too and just see what it does.
Because Flavor West birthday cake is, sweeter. It's got that, that cupcake vibe going on with it.
I'm curious, does anybody else here, and this might make people mad, whenever I get a cupcake, I scoop the huge bubble of frosting right off, and I just keep a very thin layer like it's butter at the top of it.
What is
Yeah, I don't
wrong
eat
with
frosting.
you? You're nuts. You both are
Nope,
crazy.
I do the same thing. I don't eat the frosting.
You
I
both
like
are-
just like that little bit, depending on if it's like a specialty frosting. I'll be like, ooh, I'll just leave like this small little.
I usually scoop off the frosting, set it to the side, and eat it with chips.
No, what
I
do
don't do that.
is I'll
That's yummy.
tear the cupcake in half and I'll put the bottom half on top over the frosting, so it's in the middle like a sandwich, and I eat it that
Oh, I
way.
have to try that. That might fix it. It's just when you bite into all that frosting, it gets stuck on the roof of my mouth, and I don't like it.
Exactly, me neither. That's why I tear it in half and put it on top, make the icing in the middle. All right, we excuse me. We got through our recipes really fast. Good thing we've got people who played along. Let's see here. James put them up in the Zoom chat earlier. Okay, we've got Jeannie Sims, Noogie, and Sam I Am. So I will go over Jeannie's first. She did cupcake. Wow, and hers is super simple. I like that. It's 1.5% vanilla buttercream frosting and 3% vanilla cupcake by Flavor West. I have never tried Flavor West's vanilla cupcake. Have any of you guys?
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's very, very sweet.
Is it?
I mean, Flavor West does cakes perfectly. It doesn't matter which one you do. It's very, very sweet. It's not as rich as yellow cake. It's like a vanilla cupcake with that. I mean, and it's just really, really sweet. That's the one thing I can say about it. It's just a really sweet cake.
Nice.
It's not very buttery, but it's very good, rich and sweet.
All right, cool. Well, thank you, Jeannie, for sharing. All right. You want to do noogies, Jennifer?
Yeah. Hold on, let me pull it up. Shoot.
You want me to do it? I already have it up.
Sure.
Yeah, shoot, because I'm pulling them up.
She
I
could do
found it.
Sam's because
I'll just
Sam
finish.
used basic bitch percentages.
Oh, you're
You said-
no longer interested in doing Sam's.
Well, so Noogie did cupcake. That's all it says. Hashtag MV. That did caramel Flavora at 0.25%. Cupcake batter by Flavora 0.6%. Frosting from Flavorita 0.75. Orange cream Wonder Flavors 1%. Popcorn Flavora 0.22%. Sweetness Flavora 0.5%. Vanilla cookie Flavor Art 1.20, and whipped cream from Flavor Art 0.50, so 0.5%.
You went all in on the Flavora and Flavor Art this week, didn't he?
Not me.
I haven't tried that FA vanilla cookie, but I've heard it's pretty good.
Oh, it is. And we have to get that from Chef's because it's not available in the USA.
Noogie, what the hell is popcorn doing in your cupcake, bud?
Probably adding
That's
butter.
so weird. Yeah, But wouldn't it also add corn?
I mean, there's people that add kettle corn to vanilla puddings.
Yeah. That's so weird.
Yeah, I don't know. At 0.22, it's probably mostly adding butter, maybe a little bit of fluffiness. I can see where it would mix in with
All
the
right.
cake batter and the
Noogie, you do you, bud. And that little bit of flavor caramel for that brown sugar note. That's nice. I'm really interested in this. I want to get vanilla cookie and I want to try this mix because it looks interesting for sure.
vanilla cookie is really, really good. Too bad we can't get it here.
I've heard it's.
I do have some.
And so is it like kind of like a golden Oreo type flavor?
Actually, it's almost honestly like the regular cookie with a little added butter and a very good rich vanilla.
Well, that sounds delicious. It sounds perfect. Awesome. Yeah, I'll have to get it. Chef's I think has some new FA flavors set aside.
But
for
the
me.
AP content in it is as much as their regular cookie.
Oh, good. So it does the same kind of thing for, as far as like AP.
Yeah, it's the AP content in it is high, just like the regular cookie.
Cool. All right, Jennifer, you ready to do Sam's?
Yep, I got Sam pulled up right here. No, the hell I don't. I got Noogie pulled up twice. Shoot. Hold on, shoot.
No,
I have it
you
pulled
idiot.
up if I
didn't
have to.
Come on, do it, Lumi. Because I mean, it's up in the top, and then we chatted so much in chat that I got it pulled up. Never mind. You called him a basic what?
Basic bitch.
Oh, poor Sam. He just had a baby. Of course, he's basic. Well, he didn't have the baby, but he had a baby. So it's called Fruited Cupcake. He used buttercream from SSA at 0.75, white cake from Flavor West at 4%. That's a pretty good percentage for white cake. Frosting from Flavora at 1.5, kiwi Flavor West
Ooh.
at 3%. That's pretty interesting. Shisha orange from Inawera at 0.5. Vanilla cupcake from Flavor West at 3%. So there's somebody else that used their cupcake. And wild melon from Flavora at 0.50. This looks very
So
interesting.
interesting. Yes.
The wild melon, the
I never
orange
thought to use
kiwi.
kiwi for the green. That's one way to make your cakes not boring.
Yeah.
Because we have been doing, it seems like we have been doing a lot of cakes recently.
At least it's not a cheesecake. I don't know if I could do any more cheesecakes.
Not
Yeah.
for a while. Yeah.
But this is pretty interesting. It looks heavy fruited, heavy on the fruit, and heavy on the cake. I mean, he went 7% total cake on this. And then he's got kiwi at 3%, which is a pretty good sweet. That Flavor West kiwi is pretty sweet and pretty
Mhm.
kiwi.
Yeah,
At
I think that would
3%.
be perfect for in an icing. This is a very sweet candied kiwi. And
Yep.
shisha orange, we were just talking about that in the chat. Shisha orange is a very like syrupy, sweet, kind of basey orange.
And he kept that down low at 0.5, so it shouldn't interfere too much and should be enough in there to give it that syrupy taste. And then Flavora Wild Melon at 0.5. That's really interesting to me, and it makes me want to try this recipe.
I know, right? Yeah, this looks good, Sam. If you're watching somewhere, good job. All right, and that was everyone who played along. I think there's no one else, right?
No, that was all that I saw.
Oh, it's gonna be a short show, guys.
Gosh, we did it in
mackerel.
32 minutes.
Holy mackerel! Anyone have anything else to talk about or pressing questions that you just need to get off your chest?
I finally got my Flavor Shack order, or not Flavor Shack, Vapor Supply.
Oh yeah,
It took like 2 weeks.
let's go do that episode again.
I'm so mad. What the hell am I gonna do with these awful plums? Like
Were they all awful?
I mean, they didn't get good reviews.
Yeah, I don't think any of them were very good.
I got Health Cabin, Flavor West, and Euro flavors. I don't think any of those got good reviews.
I don't know. You could have saved yourself some money.
I
Well-
hate when that happens. You know, that happened to me last year though when we did plums. So a lot of the plums I did for last week were ones that I've just been holding on for a year because I received them right after the show. And I'm like, but we did plums again for some reason. So I'm like, well, that was gratuitous or fortuitous. Anyway, it was good. And
Just do what I do, though. You could just ship them off to people that might like them.
plum,
They don't
it
smell
doesn't
very
really have
good.
them. Yeah.
Somebody somewhere might like it.
It's
Are
just
you
like
a-
they're always super quick and they're only one state above me. I could have literally gone there and back like probably 10 times in the amount of time it took to get here.
Yeah, that sucks. It shouldn't have taken that long.
And I don't know what it was. It was just stuck at the post office since the 27th of July, I think it was. It was just sitting there. I'm like, okay.
Just sitting there like, hey. Boo. All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap it up then. If you like what we do and you want to support us in a fun. Oh, you know what? We need to show next week's profile. It's one that I picked out and it was submitted by Dave Bellows. And it just looks right up my alley. So I picked it. It's ooey gooey. Looks like butterscotch and nuts, maybe, or cookies and pudding, or it looks pretty darn good. I'm excited for it. I
I
already
like caramel.
yeah. Caramel, butterscotch,
I'm
whatever.
kind of excited about that too because it's different. It's outside of what we've been doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll be fun to work on. So I'm excited for that. But if you like what we do and you want to support us in a fun, tasty way, there's a couple of places you can do that. At DIYFlavorChaser.com, we've got a one-shot line. Or if you happen to be shopping at Chef's Flavors, that same one-shot line is also available there under the MIXINVIXENS too. Or if you're over at Flavor Jungle, Ren and I still have some one-shots there as well under the MIXINVIXENS. So if you want, drop us some support and show us some love, we'd greatly appreciate it. If not, we love you anyway, and we'll see you next week for that tasty dessert. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.